All right, it is 7 o'clock, so I'm going to stop kind of looking awkwardly into the camera, and I am going to get going. So thank you for joining me tonight for Passive Income for Creative Entrepreneurs. I'm really excited to go through with you tonight some of the ideas that I have for creative entrepreneurs, and hopefully that will spark some ideas for you and get you going. And I look forward to hearing about it. And this is an all-learning webinar, so please grab your notebooks and pens, and we're going to get started. I will give you a little bit of background about me, just in case you have not met me before. My name is Marisa Lowen, and I'm a creative career coach. I work with creative entrepreneurs all around the world to build thriving businesses for themselves, leave their corporate jobs behind, get out of the house, and set up these amazing businesses. So I have the privilege of being able to work with people like that. And I started 3 years ago a pop-up shop. And so what that is a temporary retail or art gallery installation. And so we leverage our made local artists in our community, and we set up these temporary retail shops or art installations and get them out into the community. Once I started working with some of the artists and hearing their stories and hearing what their challenges were, it really got me thinking about coaching. And I thought I could leverage my 15 years in marketing and communications and put it to good use, both for helping people start up their small business, as well as helping them kind of build those systems in place that really give them a nice, strong foundation. So that's about me. Now I'm going to go into passive income, and I'm going to do a little screen share here, so just bear with me. I hope everyone's joining in and they're just settling down for a lovely 45 minutes approximately of good learning, unless I talk really fast. And if I do, just shoot me a Q&A and I will slow down. Okay, so screen share. All right, so this is a Prezi, and I'm going to go through a couple points today. All right, so hopefully you can see that, and we can move forward. So what is passive income? If you have ever heard the phrase work smarter, not harder, it could definitely be referring to passive income. I personally have this amazing belief that creativity is big business. In everything I do, from my pop-ups, my projects, and even my coaching, I'm trying to spread this amazing message and help as many creative entrepreneurs as I can to start their business so that we can all spread this message together. As a creative career coach, I love working one-on-one with my clients to help them build customized plans to build thriving business. But I've only got so many hours in the day to be able to work with clients. I don't know about you, but we all have 24 hours as far as I'm concerned, and I need a really good 8 hours sleep. And if you've got children, those things come into play. So you kind of look at how much time do I actually have spending on my business and how much time do I actually want to be working on other things that I do. For me, I also know that depending on where my clients are at in their lives, they may not yet be able to commit to building their business on a weekly basis with me. I'm also addicted to traveling, and I have other creative projects that I need to work on to keep my life happy and fulfilled. And I know that in my personal toolbox, I've got a pretty healthy portfolio of experience and education around starting a business, marketing, social media, websites, customer service, and email marketing. So how can I make that work for me while also helping creative entrepreneurs all over the world? Well, that's where passive income comes in. You know, thanks to the beauty of the internet, we now have access to a wider range of audience. We're no longer required to spend long hours at craft sales or networking events. We're trying to hawk our amazing creative products and services at. In fact, I often only recommend these, even though I plan them with our pop-ups, for one-to-one market research and fillers. I'm just hearing that there's some difficulties. So, you know what, I'm just gonna double check here. Going going to message someone. I'm going to get out of screen sharing and I'm going to go into, sorry about that, if you can see this. Let me just text here. Oh, I love technical difficulties. Let me just see here. I'm gonna open up. Okay, I can see it, so I'm going to assume that everybody else can, and I apologize for that delay. Okay, let's hop back into here. So I'm gonna just hop back into my Prezi here. All right, so passive income. So thanks to the beauty, let me just see here. Let me just, I think I opened up another window and now you're gonna hear me play again. Okay, I can see it. All right, now we're back on. Oh my goodness, I'm normally a lot better with technical stuff than I am tonight. I'm going to assume that, again, that everyone can hear me, and we're going to move on. Okay, so I'm going to hop back into my Prezi here. All right, so passive income, back into it. So thanks to the beauty of the internet, we now have access to a wider range of audience. You're no longer required to spend long hours at craft sales or networking events trying to hawk your amazing creative products or services. In fact, I only really recommend these, even though I plan them for one-to-one market research and fillers where you need them. Passive income is one income stream that you can implement right away with little to no setup and get it working for you right away. So let's take a few look at some examples that I've come up with based on some requests that were sent in prior to tonight. So ideas for creatives. Online courses are probably one of the greatest ways to reach a wider audience and get them really you know what? I'm getting some text in here that we have a blank screen. Kind of tempted to start over here. I'm not really sure what's going on. I do apologize. I'm going to keep going, and we'll just we'll send out the replay to everyone without all of this interruption. Okay, so online courses, they are really great for creatives. They allow us to take out some of this knowledge that we've got in our head through years of working with our craft and being able to share it with others. So for example, I've been doing online marketing and social media for about 10 years. So I've got all this knowledge about Google AdWords, Facebook advertising, how to set up social media, how to link them all together, you know, how to spread your ideas out and share and get people to spread your information. I can share that with someone else, and I can very easily set up an online course that someone can download whenever it's convenient for them. So I don't have to work with them one-on-one, and I can actually sell to many instead of devoting all this time to one person helping them set this up. So for creatives though, I mean, there's a few things. So what skills do you have that you could create an online course for? You know, maybe it's working in Photoshop. Maybe it's how to do watercolor techniques. Think about all the things that you do that make your craft so desirable, but how can you translate some of those for others? Okay, so some other ideas for online courses that creatives could take advantage are photography, so getting to know your DSLR photo. And one of the things that's really something that I do encourage, and I know it can be tempting, is thinking like, well, if I create an online course and I show someone how I do what I do, won't they just do it and not hire me or not use my services? And, you know, really, I've taken many courses on how to DIY things, and at the end, I look at it and I go, okay, well, that was really nice for me to try, but I'm actually going to end up, you know, buying the full meal deal from the person who showed me, because I know that I can't do it on my own. I'm also able to digest some things, and then I might want to work with someone one-on-one or commission them, because I already know their technique and what they do. Okay, so the other thing is an instruction-based DIY. Now, so this doesn't have to be fancy. I mean, an online course does have several components to it. It might have, you know, lessons and modules, and you might have video attached to it. I've got a vision board masterclass, and it's a combination of worksheets and videos that go out every week. And it's a little bit more technical that way. With an instruction-based DIY, it could be just a PDF. You know, that's something somebody could be ordering off your website. You might have a list of 10 or 15 or even more of instruction-based DIY based on the stuff that you do make, that people can download and try for themselves for a price. And you really want to make it special, so something that they can't find for free. Patterns are also really highly sought after, especially if you're creating some really amazing pieces. I don't know if anyone's seen the saucy cross stitch out there. I bet you if you just Google saucy cross stitch, you're going to get a whole plethora of selections that are not always safe for work, I will warn you. But anything from quilts to toques to scarves. And again, don't worry about people downloading your patterns and then not buying from you. You're going to reach a whole plethora of people this way, and you're able to really kind of step into a different audience by catering to them using patterns. You know, along the idea of online courses and other instruction-based DIY, think about things that you take for granted, skills that you have mastered for a long time that you just kind of pick up and go with. These are skills that other people struggle with, and there is someone out there that needs your help and needs your instruction and can really benefit from being able to download on demand and go from where they are right now. So, next, we've got templates, stock photos, and stock design. So what I've got for here is, what I'm thinking is, let's do a little bit of brainstorming here. So if you are a graphic designer and that's your creative business, you can actually develop templates like stationery, business stationery for other people to create with, personal stationery, wedding invitations, you know, any kind of template that someone's going to take. They really don't want to work one-on-one. They want a standard template. They've gone to, you know, Michael's or Joann's though, and they've said, okay, these templates are really not what I want. So I'm going to look for, you know, a little bit more stylized, and that's where you can come in. And oh, I'm getting word that people cannot see this. Okay, so I'm going to just jump out here and go back into the Hangout and see what we're sharing. So it does say I'm screen sharing and presenting to everyone. So I'm hoping that everyone can see it still. I'm going to stop it and then I will go back into it. So there's my face. I do recommend, if you're watching this and you can't see it, please do hit refresh. If you can hear me but you can't see me, do hit refresh on your screen, and that should fix it. If not, go in and go back out into the link. Okay, I'm going to share back into my presentation here so that you don't just see my face. And I'll go back in here. All right. Yeah, so stock photos are another great thing for photographers. It does take some time in the beginning, and I do want to caution that passive income does take some time in the beginning. You're setting up something of quality and you want something that, you know, people are interested in. I do belong to a stock photo site it is here in Canada. It is called Haut Chocolat or Haut Chocolat .ca, HAUTECHOCLATE.ca. I don't use her pictures exclusively, but it is a really great deal. I signed up as a member, so I get full access to the photos, and she adds to them on a regular basis, and she does do photos that are themes and around certain events so that I can go in and quickly grab it. This is invaluable to me. I don't really have time to always set up stock photos for myself. And when I start putting out, my programs and any kind of advertising, I just want to be able to go in and grab photos. The other thing is that, you can look at stock photos for any kind of industry and start marketing those. And there's a plethora of websites that you can sell them on, or you can sell them on your own. And having a membership option really means that you're setting yourself up for regular income. Okay, so whether that's a monthly membership or a yearly membership, start thinking about what skills you can offer that can be done on a regular basis where people are giving you money on a monthly or yearly basis. Okay, so stock design again. This kind of goes into another thing I'm going to think of. I'm just going to download a few examples here that that we can look at. So if you're a graphic designer, there's wedding invitations, there's stationery, business and personal. There are business cards. There are, if you're a website and you're doing online, think about WordPress themes, or think about how, you can leverage things like Genesis themes. And if this doesn't make sense to you because you're not a graphic designer, don't worry about it. Just kind of tune out for a second, then tune right back in, because now I'm going to maybe talk about your industry. The other thing is thinking about, what do people use on a daily basis? Like, what do they need in their lives? What are things that they just need to go and grab and that they might not necessarily need to take the time to consult or consider with another person to get it that personalized? They just need it a little bit more stylized. But there are websites too, like creativemarket.com, where you can sell your templates and your stock photos and your stock design, anything from posters to banners to fonts. Do check out creativemarket.com. Okay. The next thing we want to look at is templates. So templates are really valuable. I was thinking about when I first started out in direct sales, I was looking for templates that allowed me to do an intake for people on my team, or they allowed me to, quickly get client information down. And I didn't want to have to think about it. I didn't want to have to open up Word, and I didn't want to have to open up InDesign and, put all my forms together. I just didn't want to have the time. I didn't have the time, and I didn't want to do it. So, I was always looking for templates where people had already done that for me. So think about things that people need in their businesses that are in your line of work. So, if you are a corporate photographer, what are some photo templates that you can put together for other, whether it might be other photographers, or it might be, people in business who are looking for annual reports, or posters or flyers or brochures. Okay, so those are things that are really valuable. Templates are something that can be, really easily grabbed and go. Okay. I figured out what the white is now. Thank you to my wonderful friend Jasmine. She just messaged me. Okay, so it's when I share the Prezi full screen, that's when you can't see it. So no problem. I'm going to go on and we're going to go to the next step. I'm just going to talk about a little bit more about things that you can develop, actually, before I move on. So I had one person who emailed in, and she is making knit scarves and some infinity scarves and kind of accessories. And this is a really valuable, people love scarves, especially because we're here in Canada and it gets cold in winter, but they're really an all-season wear. So start thinking about patterns. Maybe you make the best infinity scarf, and maybe it has like some sort of Celtic knot design in it. You don't have to give that away as a pattern, but think about maybe 2 steps down from the beautiful one that you do, and that's what you offer as a pattern that people can download and try for themselves. And then if it doesn't work out, they've still got your information. The nice thing about any kind of downloadable product that you do is it has your website and your contact information on it. They might get stuck and they might message you, but they also might go to your website and actually buy from you. Okay, so that's really important that you do make sure on all those products that you do design for passive income that you are including your contact information. Don't forget it, okay? Another one that emailed me in was a nutritionist. So she is setting up a nutritionist practice, and I do count it as a creative business because, you know, it's an alternative kind of lifestyle of working in a cubicle all day. So she is at home and she's looking at setting up some alternate streams for herself. And one of the ideas that I came up with and is kind of an interesting, you can take it and run with it, is that you could set up diet plans. So just really quick, like here's a 1 day fully packed, you know, Monday lunch for you. And, you know, maybe it's a week long, you know, think about the value. So are you charging $10 for this daily? Are you charging a membership? So maybe your clients are signing up for a membership where you are putting out a weekly menu for people, and it's not custom designed, but it gives you an idea of, you know, different recipes that they can try and integrate into their life. Gives them an idea of, you know, different kind of combinations of food depending on what your practice is. I really like the membership idea for this, and being able to set up that community and adding some value into that community too, so that they keep paying that membership fee for you. So is there a forum that they can go on and talk to other people who are in the program? Do you maybe set up a weekly call with them that gives them that extra little boost? Maybe they get early access to all of your programs. So things that are kind of advantageous to a membership site, that's going to really work for something like that's a more service-based industry where you're not necessarily wanting to give away everything that you do, but you do give little snippets of it. And that also helps build the relationship. Right? I mean, these are things that I do with my clients. I love brainstorming with them and kind of coming up with alternate ideas for their business. And if you do have some questions where you want me to look at it at the end of this call, please do email them in to me. There's a question box, the easy webinar, and you can send me that question and I will look at it before the end of this webinar. Okay, so what are some other creative businesses out there? So painters, so passive income for them. You know, one of the things that you could do is you could develop some guides on what is the best paint. What is the best canvases? You know, what are your top picks? A really quick, easy guide. And it might only be $5 or $10, but you develop it once and it's something that people can grab on demand. You might also go through techniques. So if you are a watercolorist, you know, being able to record yourself and talking and outlining your method is something that you can share. People might not be able to replicate it, okay? But it also allows people to get to know you and get more intimate with you and get a better feel of what you do, okay? You've seen tonight, sometimes I have technical difficulties, and that's okay because I keep going. I just want to make sure that everybody gets all the information they do, and that's probably a little bit of insight into me too. And I have clients and our Skype cancels out. We just try and get going and make up for the time that we've lost. Okay. So we are booming along here. I'm going to go to the next screen, and that's actually setting up the systems. Okay, so once you have your idea, and if you do take a moment right now and just take out your notebook and start thinking about what can you do in your business that you're going to set up, okay, and what are the tools that you need. Okay, so one of the things that I absolutely, bar none, require is a customer management tool. And excuse me, and what that does is it really allows you to set up communication with, okay, so we've had a plethora of technical. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set out, the slides are just really so that you don't have to see my face. If all you can see my face, you know, congratulations, you get to see my face. I will send out the slides. I will send out some stuff afterwards so that everybody has the tools. I'm really sorry about that, and I'll try and see if I can get better at easy webinar as I go. Okay, so customer management tool. So what that is, so Aweber, MailChimp, Simplero, Infusionsoft, you know, these are places where you're going to store your customer information. So their email address, their name, their payment information. And this is really important because, you know, we spend a lot of time getting new customers to us, whether it's to our website or whether it's one-on-one. You know, being able to capture that in really important information and have it in one place is is crucial, and you don't want to spend a lot of time going to go find something. So if a customer had bought something from you before and then followed up and said, I want to buy it again, you don't want to be scrolling through a ton of your emails trying to find what they ordered. You know, you want to be able to go into that customer management tool and have a note or a record of what they've purchased. Making sure you have a website. The whole beauty of passive income is that you've got a website that you've set up with your product somewhere, and people can go on that website while you're sleeping and eating and traveling and doing all this really great stuff, and they're downloading your products and they're going on their way. Without a website, that's really hard, okay? So please do set up a website. There are options out there. You know, you can look at Squarespace and Shopify. You can set Shopify up now through Facebook. Facebook, you have the ability to sell items through it. So there are alternatives, but I really do recommend having at least a website. If you can't build anything else right now, please do build a landing page that has a bit of about you, and then links to how they can buy your products. Now, I use Simplero to run my courses through that, and it has a complete payment option through it. You don't necessarily have to have that. When I first set out my vision board course, I actually just included a PayPal button. Okay, and so you can do that by going into PayPal, and PayPal may require you to change if you have a personal account now, you may have to change it to a business account, but you can actually go in and grab a PayPal button and then place it on your site. And what happens is the person's like, makes the decision, yes, I want to buy this. They're going to click on it and they're going to go right into the PayPal screen, and then that gets transferred. There's also other services. If you're in the US, you can use squareup.com, and Shopify also has an online commerce. If you already have a WordPress site and want to look at integrating something in there, I do recommend WooCommerce, WooCommerce. And I will follow up with the website with all these links so you don't have to madly scramble and figure out what I'm trying to say here. You know, those are opportunities, but always make sure that you have a description of what you're selling and the opportunity for people to give you money. You know, the other opportunity for creative entrepreneurs is Etsy as well, and Big Cartel. So you can also sell patterns and templates on Etsy as well, and that does leverage, you know, their ability to share your information as well. So it's really important to have that customer management tool and that ability to take payments. I can't say that enough. Actually, I will say it one more time. It is really important to have a website and an ability to take payments. Some other things that you might want to consider are videos. I really love videos for explaining what is going on in my head. I like to follow it up with also written as well, for people who can't do video and can't do, you know, there's different learning styles. One of the things that really frustrate me is when there's only a video and I just want to be able to skip through. So if you are doing long videos where there are segments, I do recommend including a bit of a table of contents for your video. And that's where you identify at the time segments throughout the video where certain segments start. So for example, if you had 5 steps to creating chalk paint, and you're painting a certain technique on a armoire. Okay, so somebody was redoing an old armoire, they looked up chalk paint and they wanted to kind of have a certain finish, and you were providing that DIY. Through video. What I would do is I would break it down into, you know, what are the segments? So first, we're not going to buy our chalk paint. We're going to create our chalk paint. So that's your segment 1, and that's that's your start of your video. Then you're going to go into preparing the armoire, and here's the tools you need. And so tools you need are at, you know, at the 2.0 part, and then your, you know, technique is at 3, and etc. And include that. So even if you've uploaded the video to YouTube or Vimeo, include that in the description for the video so that people know, you know, where stuff is. Okay, I'll give an example when we send out the replay. This goes into my YouTube, and I like to kind of categorize where everything is in here. So if you just need to go back and be like, okay, what was, you know, Marisa didn't send out the link for WooCommerce, but I know that was about at 34 minutes in. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to quickly look at that. What I use, so I use Aweber for my mail, but not so much anymore. I really moved into Simplero. So Simplero is like the new kid on the block that replaces Infusionsoft and Ontraport. It really is kind of a full service customer management tool. So it allows you to send emails from there. I can set up an online space for my courses. You can drip content. If you want to know more about course creation, I can direct you to a fantastic woman named Dana House, Dayna House, Dana House. She does fantastic tutorials on how to create courses. Okay, so do look her up. And drip content is really kind of nice in a course. It means that, like, if I start on a Monday and I set everything to come a day or two afterwards, it's going to automatically do it. So again, automating your systems is going to be your best friend with passive income. And I'm just going to take a drink here. So I also use Facebook. I have been experimenting with the sell function in groups. So it's a new feature that you can add into a Facebook group, and you do have the ability to sell or start a conversation or ask a question. And the sell feature is kind of neat. So you can put in a description and put a price, and away you go, and people can buy. But I also use Facebook for, communicating people, generating leads. That's how a majority of you, I would guess, came to registering for this webinar is Facebook. I also use Canva to develop any kind of graphics that I want that's really quick. And Photoshop, I also use that as well. Visita is what I use to automate my client one-on-ones. So if a customer really loves the cut of my jib and they want to pursue one-on-one coaching with me, I always include a Visita link to my online schedule. So it is my online scheduler on everything that I do, so that people can then book a discovery call with me to see if coaching is for them. And so I use that in conjunction. Bitly, bit.ly, is definitely something I use, and I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger if people can see this. Maybe I can't. There we go. So that just shortens email or URL links, and that's really handy if you've created a landing page and it has a URL that's this long. You can use Bitly to shorten it, and it's just a quicker way for people to get into where you want them to go. I also use WordPress, and then I use Camtasia. So because we did have so many technical difficulties here, I am going to cut and paste using Camtasia and make this video just a lot more user-friendly for everyone before the replay goes out. And I will make sure that everybody has it. But Camtasia is a really user-friendly way to do videos. It has the opportunity and the ability to put a mouse in. It has the ability to put in special effects. You can cut clips. You can move stuff around. And so I do recommend it. It does cost a little bit of money. I think it's about $130 to $150 a year, but it is definitely worth it if you are going to be creating a lot of video. Okay, so I do recommend investing in something like that. There are other options out there. All right. So now we've come to my favorite part of making money. Okay, so customer service. The fortune is definitely in the follow-up. Okay, so you have people coming in, and what we call is a funnel. Okay, so you have a whole bunch of people coming into your system, and they're going to check out your offerings, and some are going to buy and some are going to leave. The ones that buy are really important because they've already showed that they like the cut of your jib. So that's really exciting. That means that, you've already got people in and, into you and into your products. Say thank you. Send a thank you to them. One thing that I'm going to do with my vision board masterclass is that everybody gets a little customized envelope of mixed media stuff that they can incorporate in. They're going to get that in the next week or so as a thank you for signing up to my vision board class. I've gotten to know them a little bit. We've done one-on-one sessions, so I'm getting to know them. I'm able to pick out pieces that I think might complement their vision and their goals. So I'm going to send that to them as a thank you. Okay, but a thank you card and a thank you email is really great. Being able to say, you bought this product, can I add you to my email list so that I can let you know when I put out my next product? Or I'm offering a webinar on this and I'm offering a freebie, would you be interested in that? Definitely always follow up. And then I would recommend following up at intervals after they've bought it. So for example, if someone has downloaded a DIY pattern, just send them an email. You know, even if they bought them on Etsy, you can send them a conversation, but send them an email and just say, you know, I just want to make sure that, you know, everything was good. Did you have any problems with it? It's really good for you. Not only do you have the opportunity to get feedback so you can make that product even better in the next iteration, but you have the ability to touch, you know, that person again, and being able to remind them that, oh yeah, I did download this and I have to look at it, or actually, you know what, I had some difficulties. I've just got a problem in this one step. Can you help? And then you have that ability to show your expertise again. The next thing that's really great about following up is, again, you have that opportunity to get people to see what else you're all about. You know, there might be a new service that you're offering. There might be another new passive income stream that you're incorporating. There might be a new course that you're starting up. You know, for me, I really want people to see my full breadth that I can help them with. I have a Facebook group that's a part of a free 30-day creative business launch course. So you can sign up. If you haven't signed up already, it is bit.ly/creative launch, capital C, capital L. And I'll send that link out. And it's 30 days. It's 30 emails of drip content. And there is little steps in how you can set up a creative business. And it's really great, even if you have a creative business, to kind of go back and be like, oh yeah, I forgot that step when I was setting up, or, oh, I can do this step a little bit differently because I'm not getting the results I have. But I have a 30-day course. So people have seen a little bit about what I can offer, but, you know, I've got the opportunity also to, you know, brainstorm, help my clients really up-level what, you know, in their situation and really advance their business. I want people to see all of that about me. So that's the opportunity, again, to follow up and say, you know, if you've liked what I've done here, I've also got this that you might be interested in. And it's not being pushy. Don't think that you're being salesy. It's really just offering out your hands in service to your clients that you've already got, and saying, how else can I help you? Okay, and that's so important. We lose that in customer service nowadays. We lose that hands out, and, you know, that forward thinking of how can I be of service? Okay. So that is your customer service tip. I'd love to know who's doing follow-ups right now and how you're following up with your customers. Please do share it with me. You can always email me at hello@marisalowen.com. I'd love to hear what you're doing. Okay, so I boomed through that. I actually went a lot faster than I thought. I would love to brainstorm more with you. If you do have any questions, or you have a specific industry that you'd like me to take a stab at, I would love to do that for you at no cost. I'm just gonna go back into my Hangout here so you can see my lovely face. Some of you have already seen my face, but all right. Yeah, so if I've missed something here, I mean, I just had a few suggestions in, so I had some opportunity to brainstorm. I would love to help you set up opportunities where you can start making money where you have a little bit of effort in the beginning, and then you set up those systems so that money come in. Okay, so please do share with me what you've got going on. I'd love to hear more. My favorite thing is when somebody says to me, yes, that's what I was missing. Okay, so I love doing that for people. It's no cost. Just shoot me a line and I'd love to help out. If you do want to have more information on my coaching, it's marisalowen.com. And I want to thank you for joining me today. And I'm really sorry that we had some technical difficulties. I really hope this has helped. If you do want me to unpack any of these things that I've gone through tonight a little bit further, do shoot me an email, and I can always do a follow-up video. I might not do a webinar on it just because of the technical difficulties, but I'm happy to record something and put it up and share it with everyone. Have a wonderful night, and I can't wait to hear about your passive income.